Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, X-Wing players, and anyone who is potentially interested in X-Wing. Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe to our future transmissions and click like on our videos. The more videos you click like on, the more we know what videos to create more of. My call sign is BatMando. If you are interested in learning this game or are just getting back into this game, then this is the place to be. Today we are starting a new video series called What Can I Fly? Taking a look at the different ship types and their purposes. So the topics of this particular video is going to be aces and arc dodgers and looking at their purposes because they're all flankers, they're all good at grabbing objectives, and they're supposed to be stellar at range 1 offense. So let's go ahead and start with the aces. So now, as you can see, they have multiple purposes. They can be dagger fighters, first strikers, initiative killers, and they are also highly skilled, as you can see by the Fen Rao Scum card. This pilot is very deadly at range 1, especially looking into your primary arc. So now, in addition to range 1 bonus, which would make this from 3 attack into 4 attack, Fen Rao goes ahead and turns it into 5 because it says if the attack is range 1, you may roll 1 additional die. So, in which case you're getting 5 attack dice. Then, on top of that, while you defend, since you're already in this person's primary arc, you are going to go ahead and be rolling 4 defense dice, and if any of them are a result other than evade, you can go ahead and change one of those to a evade. So that is what makes Fen Rao so deadly for the Scum faction, and I've also listed some of the other example pilots from other factions that are also just as deadly and have all sorts of different tricks and such and everything else. Now, note that on Resistance, I was talking about Poe Dameron Flyboy. For Anakin Skywalker, he's deadly in either the Delta or the Eta, so it's just a question of it's a question of which poison do you want to pick. So now let's go ahead and talk about what makes an ace. Generally speaking, aces are higher initiatives. They have a versatile dial. And by versatile, I mean, look at all the different options that the TIE Interceptor has. So in which case, it's got a lot of blue. It's got a lot of quick turns and everything else. It also has 3 different options for doing a stress maneuver to get you back into the fight quick. So, and plenty of blue to clear that as soon as you need to. Now, I'm also going to say that some of these aces have great ship ability. They also have pilot ability that give them even more superior action efficiency. So in other words, as you can read right here, you complete your maneuver, then you take any one of these actions right here, and then you can perform a red barrel roll or boost action after, say, taking a focus or an evade. Now, or let's say that you go ahead and take that barrel roll and then you want to boost in, you can do that. As long as you are lining up your targets in your bullseye, then you're going to end up with a focus token on top of that. Now, I'm also going to say, depending on the ship and the faction, their loadout tends to be a little bit higher, but it all depends on who we're looking at and also what are the point system that is going on at this time. So now, let's see here. I generally load out Centrafel with Juke and Predator. I will go ahead and throw on an evade so that I can juke one of the defender's evade tokens off. And then it's also nice that I try to line up my target inside the bullseye because not only will I have Predator, but I will also get a focus. So I have 2 mods at that point in time. Now, like most of the aces, Suntrafel is meant to kill lower initiative ships before they even get a chance to shoot. I've chosen Suntrafel because I recently faced him and have some pictures to show you of how deadly he can be. So let's show you some of the Sunter shenanigans that happened in this most recent game against Commander Oren. So now, if you take a look at the top left of the picture in round 2 end phase, you will see Sunterfell right there. And then also hanging out next to the bomber is the base for Darth Vader. It's important to note this because when we get over here to round 3, you can see that they moved quite a lot. All right. Now, if you also take a look at the bottom here, you will notice that we have Sabine. Sabine came on over here to pick up this crate and salvage. And then, as you can see, Sunter went ahead and came in along with Vader. Now, so let's talk about the round 3 engagement. Sunter Phil was able to line up his bullseye at range 3 into Sabine. So his pilot ability will now give him a focus token. Also notice on the right side here that Darth Vader is in range, has Sabine in arc. Luckily, there was no target lock. Otherwise, I think that there would have been a vastly different result than what you see at the end phase of round 3. Even though these two Initiative 6 pilots took a shot at Sabine here, Sabine luckily only went away with one shield being taken off at that point in time. So, of course, we have to ask what's next for Sabine at this point in time, especially when she is facing off against two Initiative 6 pilots. Will she go ahead and be able to take these two ships on and live? Well, I'm going to tell you that I wish I had that answer for you, but we're going to be possibly showing the whole setup of what was going on with this whole battle that we played out. Now, which case, let's go ahead and move on to what makes ace pilots so nasty. So when you fly aces as a pair and focus fire on an enemy ship, the results can be deadly to the defender. Here's an example. So here we are. Now, notice at the top of the page, we have a bomber right here, and that is being piloted by Tomax. Now, look to the right, you will see here that we have Luke and Wedge. So when we get to the round 3 engagement phase, you will see that both of the ships are lined up and their target is Tomax. Now, you don't see Tomax right here, right now, but essentially what Tomax did during his action or after maneuvers, his action was to pick up a crate. So, however, that left Tomax without a focus, and in which case, Luke and Wedge are going to go ahead and take this opportunity and try to capitalize off it. My opponent thought that I was going to engage these two TIE fighters right here, but I broke off and wanted to eliminate Tomax because he has two things that I cannot allow him to be a problem later in the game, and that is his barrage rockets and saturation salvo. So Wedge was able to get 3 hits in, and I believe that one of them was a fuel leak, and then Luke used instinctive aim to fire proton torpedoes and was able to finish off Tomax. If this was any other bomber pilot, that ship would never have gotten a shot off in this engagement. So now, let's go ahead and move on and talk about arc dodgers. So let's see here. Their purpose is to hit hard while seeking a way to avoid any ship's arc that can return fire. They will get in close and then reposition out to the front arc. And an example would be Lieutenant Lareer with his pilot ability to use a one bank template for barrel rolls. So imagine flying straight up to, say, like a matching level 3 or Initiative 2 pilots. You fly up to them and then you take that focus and then you take that red barrel roll. And instead of being in front of them, now you're off to the side and you're able to go ahead and shoot at them while they have no shot on you through their front arc. Now, let's see here. However, I decided to show you some other pilots here in just a little bit. So now, here are some examples of some other arc dodgers in different factions. So now, I am showing you the Blackout Baloney. Blackout can be considered an ace, but he dodges arcs like nobody else's business. In a recent game that will be featured on this channel, I have the opportunity to use Blackout's ship's ability. In the center picture, you will see that Blackout's base bumped next to scorch there. And you may also see that DT798, also known as Torch, is about to perform a sinuous loop. And as you can see on the picture to the right, Torch is now facing opposite of where she was. And Blackout took a 2 straight forward, then performed a barrel roll action to the left, and then proceeded to perform a barrel or boost action to the right with the 1 bank. This put Blackout in a range 1 attack while completely dodging the arc of Torch. In a forthcoming video, you will see that Kylo Ren did the same thing over here, or at least something similar, to dodge Torch's arc coming in this way as well. So now come back on November 4th and you will see the video of that for 2 first order lists facing off against each other. And this was a salvage mission scenario. Okay, as always, if there is any element in this video that did not make sense, feel free to check out any one of these 3 websites, which we include in every description of every video that we post. If you have any questions, feel free to send me an email at the address that you see on your screen. Please support our channel by Special thanks to Slides Carnival and Unsplash for the use of their material to make this presentation. Please support our channel by subscribing to our future transmissions. Click like on the videos that you want to see more of. Come back to see the next video in this series. And as always, BatMando out.